Thank you, Madam Speaker, ma'am. I fully concur with the colleagues that the Constitution is a living document and should evolve with the needs and aspirations of the people. Additionally, any constitutional reform should embed the core values of constitutionalism, including constitutional supremacy, popular sovereignty, separation of powers, institutional independence, accountability, inclusion, and protection against personalization of power. Any constitutional amendment which transgresses one or more of these core values is a nullity, hence should be rejected. Be that as it may, Madam Speaker, ma'am, the million-dollar question is...
Madam Speaker, can the honourable member be heard in total silence? Thank you.
Be that as it may, Madam Speaker, ma'am, the million-dollar question therefore is, does Constitution Amendment Bill number 3 deepen democracy, constitutional democracy, or weakens it? Does it seek to strengthen the 2013 Constitution's founding values or dilute them? In my respectful view, Madam Speaker, ma'am, CAB 3 should be rejected because it threatens the core values of constitutional democracy. Instead of protecting the people's rights to choose their leaders and hold them accountable, the amendment concentrates more power in the executive, weakens independence of state institutions, and reduce direct public participation in national governance. A constitution should protect citizens from abuse of power, not make it easier for leaders to escape scrutiny. Why do I say so, Madam Speaker, ma'am? First and foremost, this bill weakens judicial independence. Clause 14 of this bill removes the issue of public nominations and public interviews of lower court judges. Madam Speaker, ma'am, this removes the aspect of transparency, and there is no guarantee amongst the public to the effect that the persons that will be appointed as judges are fit for the purpose and are qualified. Courts are supposed to act as neutral guardians of the law. Any changes in their appointment procedures giving the executive more influence affects the independence of the judiciary, which is contrary to Section 164 of our Constitution, which is clear that the independence, impartiality, and effectiveness of the courts are central to the rule of law and democratic governance. The second issue is that this amendment weakens the traditional leadership system. I would like to concur with the views of the Chief's Counsel on that matter. Madam Speaker, ma'am, I heard some arguing that the traditional leaders should be accorded political rights because they are universal, which is true, Madam Speaker, ma'am. If we are to accord them political rights, let's adhere to Section 67 and preserve their universality and consider the prisoners and those that are in diaspora who are deprived of their political rights. The third issue, Madam Speaker, ma'am, is on how this amendment bill weakens ZEC. Madam Speaker, ma'am, in his presentation, our leader of government business did indicate that the changes primarily on the voters' roll and delimitation were motivated by the need to align ZEC and make it focus on its role of conducting elections. Madam Speaker, ma'am, I respectfully partially agree with the minister, but what the minister did not consider is that election is a cycle. If we remove certain components of the electoral cycle, then that affects its integrity and the flow of the electoral process. And the reason also why I feel this the amendment weakens ZEC, the role of delimitation, for example, it has been removed from ZEC and given to a new commission. Madam Speaker, ma'am, we are all aware that according to Section 320, that such commissions are appointed upon the prerogative of the President. Hence, they report to the President. Madam Speaker, ma'am, that in itself affects the independence of that particular commission which is proposed. Unlike ZEC, yes, ZEC, we have complained about its conduct, particularly on the issue of independence. But at least it has some nominal independence as compared to this body which is proposed. Madam Speaker, ma'am, also I would like, what is exciting about this debate, Madam Speaker, ma'am, even colleagues from the ruling party have complained about the conduct of ZEC, which we as the opposition have been complaining about. In a way, we have been vindicated. We complained about ZEC as to how it conducted the delimitation of 2022. Madam Speaker, ma'am, when it comes to the issue of delimitation, it's whether the function is removed from ZEC or given to another body or it remains with ZEC. But the bottom line is that our constitution is clear when you go to sections 160 and section 161. What ZEC failed to do was to respect the principles of delimitation, particularly, for example, or on the community of interest where they're supposed to engage traditional leaders. ZEC failed to adhere to the thresholds that are gazetted in our constitution. So, Madam Speaker, ma'am, even if that function is removed from ZEC and given to the other body, the bottom line is that as long as there's no respect, then we are not going anywhere. The issue is, instead of us debating this amendment bill, we should be focused more on the Electoral Act, aligning the Electoral Act to the Constitution. And going to the issue of the voters' roll, Madam Speaker, ma'am, the minister did inform this August House that the amendments were motivated by members of the opposition bench, particularly Honourable Makam, Honourable Wende, and Honourable Bid. I had the privilege of consulting these honourable members, and also I had the privilege of going through the Hansard of the 18th of May 2023, which the minister referred to. The minister was right to say that the opposition bench recommended that we have automatic voter registration.
You are left with 2 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Yes, the automatic voter registration was what our members proposed. But, Madam Speaker, ma'am, the minister did not adopt that recommendation, their recommendations in totality. I say so because, yes, we complained about the conduct of Mr. Mdede with regards to the voters' roll, but then the minister did not separate the functions of the voter registration, which the members said they should go to the RG's office. Yet the voters' roll should go to ZEC. What should happen, Madam Speaker, ma'am, which the members proposed, is that the RG's voters roll, the RG's voters roll, which is derived from the civil registry database, should be used as a way of checks and balances to compare what is with the ZEC, so that at the end of the day, we have a voters roll which is accurate, we have a voters roll which incorporates everyone. And this is the system which is adopted in South Africa and Botswana. So I submit.